Get back to work. Go on.
And another test fit. I think I did pretty good in here on getting the cut about right. Looks pretty parallel here, even though these edges themselves are a rough cut to get them out of the master sheet. That's much better fit now, much better. Alright, yep, definitely glad I did that. So first up is getting this right here. Next, all of this. Definitely having a few C-clamps on hand would be handy at this point for me. Well, here's to consecrating it. So next up is going to be doing 1/8 inch holes here and here, about a 1/4 inch in from each side. And I'm going to take some actual measurements and check that out. First, I'm going to throw this strip under a heat gun, so I'll be back in a second. That only took a few seconds. That's only approximate. So the only thing that was just missed was that I drilled the 2/8 inch holes here. And then lining it up on the helmet, keeping the mohawk as straight as possible. I dabbed a couple holes with a Sharpie there and then drilled those independently. So now I gotta go get the rivets. I have a much better idea of how it works now, I see. I wasn't quite getting my head around the functioning of the rivet until I've actually seen one. Crap. I gotta be careful, otherwise I'll rip that plastic. Crap. So that was actually a great deal of difficulty, far more than I would have imagined. I used a cutoff wheel, not this drill bit, to slice out the whole assembly because it was pretty much stuck. Then I had to take this entire thing apart and pull the rivet out, the mandrel. And unfortunately I don't know which one of a couple that it is now. I'm going to try this again. And I just re-watched his video to make sure that I was doing it right, and indeed I was. So the short side goes through there. Washer goes over there. All the way down. And it ejects. Huh, so it worked this time at least. So rivet, washer, slide this all the way down before pulling. There There, so that's nice and tight there. I'm going to glue this as I go, and it is coming up just a little short. That's okay though, not to worry. And I'll probably sand or use the cutting wheel to trim those down just a little. So having pre-sanded all this, I should just need a single little dash. Alright, so attempt number 3, number 4. Now I think because of the way I glued the inner strip, there's this gap here. It's very probable. It will be relatively easy to fix. I'll just do a little filler. Still want to keep a bit of a line there though. This is the best line right in there, and then that gets a little loose again, and so on. But overall, not too bad. I'm happy. There we go, basic assembly. A little worse for the wear, but not too bad. I'm happy. I won't be putting this guy on yet. Looking through the movies, there's sometimes a gap and sometimes not. And that's, if there can be said to be an excessive gap there right now, that's probably my fault for the way that I did this here. That should be good though. Next up already is painting it. Pretty much have to.